Welcome back to Black X Wolf Entertainment, where legends come alive and stories of honor and betrayal unfold. Our Ronin finds himself at the height of his fortune, but at what cost? Stay tuned as we dive into Chapter 10, The Daimyo's Price. The Ronin's fortunes had grown beyond even his wildest dreams. He strode through the bustling streets of the city like a shadow touched by gold, no longer the destitute, masterless warrior he had once been. Merchants bowed, peasants offered him gifts, and whispers of his wealth spread like wildfire. It was said that he carried the legendary blade of gold, a treasure more powerful than any lord's army, more valuable than 100 chests of coins. But with every step he took in his silk robes, his mind lingered on the weight of the katana at his side. The blade of gold gleamed with an otherworldly light, and every time he touched its hilt, he felt an insidious pull, greed whispering in his ear like a persistent demon. He could no longer remember the simple, honorable man he had once been. The curse of King Katana had taken root, and with it, his peace of mind. The news of his rise had not gone unnoticed. On the horizon loomed an even greater figure, a daimyo of immense power and wealth. The daimyo's castle sat like a dragon upon the hill, watching over the land. One evening the Ronin received an invitation, a summons to the daimyo's court. It was not a request, but a command. The Ronin entered the grand halls of the castle. His eyes met opulence far beyond anything he had seen. Gold and silk adorned every surface, and the air was thick with the smell of incense and power. The daimyo, dressed in luxurious robes, sat upon his high throne, his eyes sharp, calculating. Beside him stood his trusted advisors and samurai, their faces hidden behind cold masks of indifference. The Ronin knelt before the daimyo, suppressing the unease in his chest. He was no fool. This was not a simple audience. This was something far more dangerous.
Ronin, I have heard of your great fortune, your rise from nothing. They say you possess the blade of gold, King Katana, the cursed sword of legends. Is it true?
The Ronin hesitated. The room felt stifling, the air heavy with unspoken tension.
Yes, my lord. I carry the blade of gold.
The daimyo's lips curved into a smile, but there was no warmth in it. His eyes gleamed with the same hunger the Ronin had felt within himself.
You have done well to find such a treasure. But surely you know, a sword of that caliber is wasted on a wandering Ronin. Wealth, power, these things should not be fleeting. I offer you a bargain.
The daimyo motioned, and a servant appeared, holding a chest filled with riches. Gold coins spilled from its edges, more wealth than the Ronin had ever seen in his entire life.
Give me the blade of gold, and I will grant you lands, a title, and enough wealth to last several lifetimes. You will serve as one of my retainers, and your name will be written in history as a man of honor and influence. All I ask in return is that sword at your side.
The Ronin stared at the chest, his pulse quickening. This was the moment he had dreamed of. Wealth, power, and the restoration of his name. All he had to do was part with the cursed blade that had already claimed so much of his soul. But then, as he gripped the blade of gold at his side, he felt its pull once more. The whispers returned, urging him to keep it, to grow stronger, to take what was his by right. Greed surged in his veins like a poison.
Can I truly trust this daimyo? The blade has already consumed me with its curse, and now it asks for more. But what choice do I have? My debts are paid, my name restored, and yet, this hunger inside me.
He glanced at the daimyo's smiling face, then at the chest of gold. The weight of his honor, his bushido, hung like a thread, fragile and ready to snap.
My lord, the blade of gold is indeed powerful, but I have walked a long road to possess it. It is no ordinary sword. It is cursed, and many have perished because of it. Why do you desire such a dangerous thing?
The daimyo chuckled softly, his eyes narrowing.
Power always comes with a price, Ronin. The question is, how much are you willing to pay?
The Ronin felt the cold steel of the blade at his side, the weight of the curse pressing upon him. He knew the daimyo's offer was too tempting to be true. His life would never be his own again. The Ronin realized then that the curse was not just in the sword, it was in the desire for more.
I cannot sell my honor, nor will I give up the blade. It is mine to bear, for better or worse.
The daimyo's face darkened. His advisors whispered among themselves, but the daimyo raised his hand for silence.
Then you have chosen your path. But remember, Ronin, the blade's curse is unrelenting. It will consume you in the end.
With those words, the daimyo signaled for the Ronin to leave, his fate sealed. Thank you for watching another episode of On Black X Wolf Entertainment. The Ronin's journey is far from over, and with each step, his choices grow more perilous. What will become of him as the curse tightens its grip? Subscribe and stay tuned for the next chapter in this epic saga.